Right, let me say this now. This is going to be a talking video, yeah? Talking video. Now, I normally make videos for people that are relatively new to harmonica because I don't want to teach old people to suck eggs, right? But so this little video about, about using different harmonicas, buying, trying, tweaking. You're on a search, you want the best, or you don't know which one you want. Do you know what I mean? You know that there's, let's say, 3 or 4 common brands that almost everybody would talk about, and then there's these other ones. You got Zidell, Hohner, and Suzuki is normally the sort of common denominators, yeah. And so, you know, like in the Hohner family, boy, you're talking like there might be 8 different models that come to mind, right? Already, right? So off the top of my head, so the Marine Band sort of family. So you've got the crossover, you know, and then you've got the Thunderbird, and then you've got like the Marine Band. But really, this is only my opinion. Really, the crossover is a Marine Band, but costs more money. Comes with a waterproof comb and screws, as opposed to a classic Marine Band which comes with nails. So you got this family, right? So you got a Thunderbird, low keys, I believe, a crossover. Then you've got a Marine Band Deluxe, which comes with screws and should be more waterproof than the classic Marine Band, which comes with nails. It's almost like this romantic, old-fashioned harmonica sort of thing that some people love to play because I don't know, in the 50s or the 30s or the 40s, I don't know, some of these guys use them. I like them, nothing wrong with that. And so, but then you've got this pro harp, then you've got the blues harp, then you've got there's a blues band. I think that's like a toy. I think most people would say that's like a toy, but then there's other ones, these sort of little offshoots. I don't know, the Big River, no experience of it. What I'm saying though is you got all these harmonicas. That's just that family, right? And I haven't even mentioned all of that family. Then you got Zidells, you got Session Steels, which is the common denominators in this Zidell sort of common sort of like community, yeah. Session steels, steel reeds, and you got the 1847 classic, and then off of that shoots like this other family in a sense. It's not as complicated as the Hohner family because, I don't know, like an orchestra for instance, it's a totally different harmonica, or there might be 12-hold ones, which again, there's some almost totally different. If you're looking at diatonics, it's normally the Session Steel or the 1847 Classic in the steel range. And then, so then in the classics, you get your silver and your... there's a couple more. Oh, your Noble and stuff like that. But again, I think they're almost like the same as the classic, but they come with different combs. The silver, I think it might come with silver reed plates. I don't think it's steel reeds. I don't know. Again, what I'm saying though is, what I'm talking about is in that brand, there's like a family, so you can get a little bit misled or sucked into there if you're around this area where you're not sure what you yeah. Then you got the Suzuki. Again, the common I think is the Manji. Then you've got these other ones, got a folk master. It's like a toy. Some people say they're great. And then I think there's blues masters, and and there's plastic combs, and there's wooden combs, and and again they have low keys and stuff like that. So you're relatively new, right? Let's say you're relatively new, okay? Right, this is my motto, right? You've got the workhorse, practice, hard work, learning, yeah, stuff like scales, stuff like single notes, stuff like bending, down here, yeah, or maybe like a bunch of licks down here, really, in a sense, because you're learning. Now I say, when you're down here, this is only my opinion, my theory, my thing, right now, right, when you're down here, right, so in simple form, right, the fun department is that half, right? The fun department, the playing, the sort of like having a go at a few songs, or learning a song, play it, just play a song, yeah, or licks you know now, or some scales that you know now. Do you know what I mean? To a backing track, but that's the fun department. Well, trying different harmonicas, right, I think should be in the fun area. Playing different harmonicas in the fun department. When you're talking about let's go back, you're a relative beginner, okay? Whether you're a beginner towards advanced, you're moving towards advanced beginner, where you're bending and stuff like that, right? Bending, I say, right, this work department, one harmonica, one brand. Do you know what I mean? Because it's that thing that I mentioned in a couple of my videos. Imagine if you're trying to learn to drive a car, and your driving instructor turns up every time with a different car. Well, you're going to spend half of that lesson that you're paying for. Normally it's an hour, yeah? You're going to spend half of it finding your way around that car again, and you'll be like, where's the indicator now? Where's, what? Oh, this one's electric now, is it? Oh yeah. Oh, this one works by gas. Oh, right. Where's the button that moves the mirrors? Because there's a gas button now. Oh, this one's solar power. Right. Where's the button that moves the whatever it is? Oh, this one's automatic. Oh, yeah. Oh, everything's done by buttons, and no clutch, no this, no that. Oh, there's no pedals in this. Oh man. So when you bend in, and I apologise if anyone says, oh mate, you talk too much. Well, I said that at the start of the video. This is a talking video. This video is being made in response to some of the questions that I see in the harmonica communities. Oh, I've got this harmonica, I've got that harmonica. Any opinions on that harmonica? Should I try it and all that? Well, if you're like me, you have to go and try it. You've got to. Do you know what I mean? You just got to go and try it, really. That's just the way it is. No matter what people say, you're going to probably go and do it. But all I'm saying is, first, point number one, try and keep it simple. By when you're talking about learning to bend, because what you're doing is developing muscle memory. When your ear, I don't know, your whole body shape and form and all that, when it feels something that works, when it hears something that makes sense and it works, it goes, yes, do that again, do that again. And then you do it again, and then you do it again, and then you do it again, and you do it again. And then you start to get it. It becomes part of you. Well, if you're using different harmonicas, you're going to confuse, because even your muscle memory will go, that's not what you did yesterday. That's that what? And then on the third day, you're confusing me now, because you know there's something different about this thing that's going on. So I'm not on about the fun department where you're just having some fun. I'm talking about the workhorse department, where you want to progress from step number 1 to 2 and 3 and 4 and up. Yeah, maybe, and this is maybe where I'm coming to now. So this isn't a sort of like forever thinkology, right? Because where I'm coming to now is I've just started to use a marine band instead of my Zidao. But when they're saying that, right, but I think it's because I'm having more fun. Okay? Saying that, I go back to what I'm saying. Right, if I want to, so far I don't bend hole 5, I don't bend hole 6, I'm not using blow bends. Right, if I want to introduce them into something, right, I will now go back to my workhorse harmonica, the one that I know, right, I'm used to hearing a lot. And also the dynamics of how it feels. Right, I'll go back to that. And then, maybe, once I've got that bend down, and I've worked it into my muscle memory, and it's something that I can just do, but done, I can play that bend whenever I want, in whatever order, any approach. Then I know the song, it's got the bend in it, or the lick, or whatever. It's now becoming fun. It's got rhythm to it. It's fun. Then I'm gonna put it back. I'm gonna put it in the fun department. And then guess what? When I'm sat back and I've got marine band, or I've got rocket out, or whatever, I might try it on one of them. So now, right, let's go back a bit. Right, you may have bought a Honda Special 20. You might have thought, oh, I'll tell you what, I'll get an E-Stop because they're only 15 quid or whatever, 20 quid. And you've maybe got a Rocket. So you've got 3 different harmonicas there, maybe in different keys, sort of thing. And you're thinking, well, because people say you need 12 different keys. Oh, and people talk about whole sets. And you're like, what's a whole set? And what keys? And oh, hold on a minute, this cost me 30 quid. This one cost me 30 quid. And you're thinking, well, yeah, but do I want to buy another 7 of these? And you're thinking like, right. And then you buy a Marine Band Deluxe, and then you've got 4 different harmonicas, and all right, people, wow, I love that. He's doing that on a Zidao, and then I try that on a Zidao. If you're anything like me, right? So I've sort of got, you know, I don't mean a full set. I don't mean 12 harmonicas. I'm not rich. I'm not a rich man, but I've got like what I call a set of Zidao classics, Zidao 1847s. I'm sort of gathering a set of Marine Band Deluxes, excuse me, and Rockets, gathering them slowly, one at a time, and then, what else is there? So, you know, and I got a crossover sat there, and I've got some other ones, you know, a Victory that I picked up somewhere, and a Heron that I picked up. You know, I would, if I had the money, or if someone said to me, I tell you what, I would like to buy you a new set of harmonicas today. When I say a set, I mean a set of 3. I don't want to be greedy, right? And a set of 3, it would be a C, an A, and a G probably, or a C, an A, and a B flat, right? You know, say they gave me that sort of, those rules. It's going to be a set of 3, and I can pick what keys it is. I would probably pick them keys, and it would probably be a Suzuki Manji, okay? Because I haven't got any of them, and every now and then I think, I'll try a Suzuki Manji. But the reason why I won't, the reason why I don't, or I haven't so far, is because I know, right, I get one key, right, and then it's like I need the other key then. At least the three, do you know what I mean? The ones that I might play more commonly. So then, and I'm thinking, oh, do I really want to, you know, that could come to about 200 quid, couldn't it? Do you know what I mean? And then what happens is, oh, you know, what's up with this thing? And then you got to open it up and tweak it and gap it, and oh yeah, and then someone says, yeah, I had that with them, and yeah, you got to do this and you got to do that, and then that might be like 4 weeks worth of like tweaking and gapping and trying to improve it, and you're like, wow, man alive, yeah. And then guess what? Because of how I play, right? They're in the box because I spend a lot of time in here, in the workhorse department, practicing and trying to improve. So then, therefore, I'm not using them very often. Apart from if I remember, then I might grab one and have some fun on it. But even then, you might not have so much fun on it because it might not be set up very well. Do you get what I mean? Right? So I think this is why when I say the common denominator, if you ask a group of 100 people, I think, and I've seen it, at least 60% will say Honus 20 special 20, right? Because their experience is, yeah, I messed around with that, yeah, I progressed onto that, yes, I've got all these, but what they're referring maybe to when they started, they're referring to what works. It's special 20 has screws, you can pull it apart, you can flush it underneath a tap. It's got, yeah, so I'm not saying what you should get as a beginner. It's got a plastic comb, yeah. But what I'm saying is, yeah, it's a minefield. It's a minefield. You sort of like, you're in this minefield, really. I think it also, as a reflection, some of the beginners who are quite productive. When I say beginner, I mean someone who I know has been around about 3 or 4 years. Some of the most productive people I know in the communities, right, are those that I see with the same brand of harmonica. Yeah? Some of the most productive people that I see in the harmonica world who have been playing for less than 5 years, for instance, are those who are not chopping around all the time. Yeah, they've got a few of these, they got a few of them, but mostly it's maybe two brands. Yeah, mostly there's 2 brands, and the reason why they're quite productive, this is my opinion, is because they've spent time playing them, practicing on them, instead of analysing them. Do you know what I mean? So you analyse the hell out of something, but what use is it if you don't drive it, don't use it? Food, what use is food if you don't eat it? Do you know what I mean? Analyse it all you like, but it's no good to man or beast if it don't get eaten. So I guess if you're in that mode, I would maybe suggest just chill out, don't rush, stick with the C you got, get some miles out of it, get some miles out. I'd say I didn't do this, I went mental, yeah. So I would say get some miles out of the one you got, yeah. But I would also say, unless you've got a lot of money, I don't mean a lot of money, I'm just saying that unless you've just got a bit of money to try new stuff, you also think you got to be mindful of is, you know, selling second-hand harps, unless you're going to keep it, and then you'll have a few around, which is good. It's good. But also the other thing that I found is, right, sort of like two keys of the same model don't always work the same. That's what I've found. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, they kind of they work the same, but I don't feel I get the same results from them. And that's just me and my experience, my opinion. So that's some. So what I mean by that is, if I had a set, and this organisationally, if I had a set and there was one Lee Oscar in there, one of these, one of them, one of these, one of that, one of this, and one of that, that would do my head in, because I would be like, well, what's I've got the Lee Oscar in F, but what's the A like? What's the C like? Oh yeah, I've got the Marine Band in a B, but what's the G like? So it's like, and plus they don't look very good. Again, that's just my opinion. You've got all these different brands. It doesn't look. Yeah, that's just a personal thing. I like to have a set that looks like they look similar. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I guess really, I've done a lot of waffling on this video. It's just yeah, that's one thing. If you're going to take one thing from, if it's only one thing you're going to take from this video, is just get some more mileage out of the one you've got. If you've got a half decent harmonica, your Special 20 or a Marine Band Deluxe, stick with that one and see how far you can get with that one. Yeah, and then add other keys to it. Also, yeah, like, I think sensible people, I'm not insulting you if you like me, sensible people, they sort of like, oh yeah, I've had a C harmonica now for the last three to 6 months. Oh, what key should I be getting next? And then people say, oh yeah, C, and then you go for whatever it is next. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or they might go, I've got the C, I've got the A, got the G. Oh, what should I be going for next? Because they've been playing now for 2 years and they've got 3 or 4 harmonicas. Right? I was playing for a week and I had 6 or 7 harmonicas, and that wasn't because I bought one set of the same brand or anything like that. No, when I had 4 of them were just the key of C. So can you imagine after 4 weeks or 6 weeks how many different harmonicas I had? Within 4 to 6 weeks I had 2 or 3 A's, and by then I'd sold some of the C's and I'm already starting to sell some of the A's to buy a B flat sort of thing, because next minute I got 3 B flats in different models and different makes. Yet I know not everyone's like me, you're not all gonna do that, but this is just, I suppose, a warning also that you can, I know, like say Liam Ward or Tomlin, you watch, oh, he's on the side out now, different harmonica, oh, Marine Band sort of thing, oh, Liam Ward, he's playing a Lee Oscar sort. If you watch enough of Liam Ward's videos, he's predominantly always 9 times out of 10 got a Hohner Special 20, and I think he's been playing for, let's say, maybe 10 years or more. I'm just guessing now, I don't know, but you watch his videos, it always has a Hohner Special 20 on him. So 9 times out of 10 is a Hohner Special 20. Yes, he plays other harmonicas, but he's spent a lot of time down here, right, on the one that works, the one that he can trust. He's on step 8, and then he's trying to get to step 9, Well, he's probably going to use the harmonica that he trusts. Do you get me? Same with Tomlin. Again, I haven't had this conversation with him. I'm not judging him. Just saying that I bet, yeah, he's been playing more than 10 years, right? And if he was to try a new technique or a new sort of like, I don't know, bend, if there is a new thing to him, I don't know. I would almost bet that he's probably going to get his most trusted harmonica. Well, so he's spent that time learning what to trust. Well, it takes time, and I don't think you get there by jumping around on different things. Yeah, I think you get there by, and this is my experience now, when I started Tomlin's course, I said, right, because I went from C harmonica, right, and bend. Oh, I hate it. I hate C harmonica. And then I spent 6 months, 9 months on an A harmonica. Yeah. Then when I started Tomlin's course, I was like, right, I'm going to commit to the C harmonica, and it was one model in the workhorse department, and I developed a relationship with that harmonica, and I got better at it. My bends got better, my tone got better, yeah, and that was the harmonica that I avoided, and it was the key that I avoided. And now I can go from, say, well, that was a cat. Whew, made me jump. Right, now I can go from AM 47 Classic, because I feel like I've progressed to that. I can use them now in the workhorse department. But any day now, I can just go and pick up the session steel that I spent 6 months work doing the Tomlin's course on. And now I can go from the classic to the session steel. And if I made a video, you don't know the sort of like transition that I've had to go through. You don't know the time that I've had to spend developing like a relationship with that harmonica, and then how I've progressed to that one. So now I've got the two to play on, a bit like Tomlin or Liam. Do you know what I mean? They've now developed, yeah. They didn't just buy it yesterday, pull it out of the box and make videos on it. They probably spent a week trying this new harmonica, and then they make a video on it. Do you know what I mean? So it's a long video, but I think it's an important topic. A couple of people have sort of said they've done the same thing. It's like a rabbit hole. You can spend your life down there searching for the better, and there's always one you ain't tried. Well, there's always 6 or 7 that you ain't tried yet. And what are you gonna do? Unless you're rich, you ain't gonna go and buy a new set of every harmonica, are you? And you ain't going to be able to get them all set up unless you do it one at a time. So I think I'll leave it there, right? Just it's one of those things people have made videos on. Beware of watching, infinite YouTube videos on how to play a harmonica and never really playing it. You're just watching the videos. It's the same as that. Beware of infinite purchases and try-ins and buy-ins, and yet you never really play it because you're so busy testing and trying. It's a waste of time. So if that's point number 2 that you're going to get from this, if you're still watching this, by now you should get the point. Get some more miles out of the one quality harmonica you've got and build on that. One thing that I have done is I gradually built up the Honer Special 20 collection, right? Yeah, I might have a full set, I don't know. I've got about 12, I've got about 14 of them, right? So, and I'm not saying cheap as in, you know, you should be able to afford them, but I just mean, to me, that's like the standard, the lower standard, if you know what I mean. They're really good, but to me, it's the lower standard, because I also like to add some colour to my harmonicas, and a bit of style, a bit of class. So 1847 classics are quite classy, session steels are quite colourful, yeah. But still, I wanted to build up my collection of special 20s, so that, you know, I've got this one in that room, this collection in that room, and then another collection downstairs, so that if I don't want to run up and down the stairs all the time, I can, you know, play an A in that model downstairs and play an A in this model upstairs. Do you get what I mean? Or, yeah. So then you can have this one set that you build up, because you're working with it and you trust it, you're getting to trust it, and it works. And then try another model or a different brand. That's, you know, that's only my opinion. That's the way I'm working it now. Is, you know, I haven't got massive desire to go and try a new brand, you know. So if you're still watching this, God bless you. Enjoy harmonica.